Hello, friends. Welcome back for another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. I have dug below the third cavern, and I encountered some things that were new to me. I found some warm walls, which I found warm balls of magma before, but I've never had this happen. So, we check that stone for heat. What devilry is this? So, what happened down here? This poor dwarf, he burst into flames when I mined through this wall here, which did not have the little heat thing on it originally. So I kind of went between here and was trying to get some of these really nice gems out. And yeah, he unfortunately, or she, I think Cyril probably is she, met an untimely death down here. So, uh, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what this is going to bring about. Um, so I don't know, because I started finding some of that stuff up here. So I came back a couple squares to burrow down, and this water, I'm not really sure what the source is, because here's the bottom of the cavern, the very third cavern. So I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. So moving up, I did do a little bit of construction down here as well. I've had a guild hall for miners set up down here, and I opened it up to let any citizen and long-term resident in. And I've got some items on display here. And I've got a temple built down here as well with some ale in it. See if that'll help out. And then I've really got little searcher shafts I've built all over to go find mineral deposits. Found quite a few over here that I haven't mined out yet. And I'm running into more magma and water over in this direction. So, gonna kind of figure out a way to deal with that. That's new to me. I also started to, see, I think that's down here, yeah. I started to explore a little bit of what to do with minecarts. So I've built a track just to see if I could get people to load a minecart up and start moving some stuff, like here. And so far I have not succeeded. That's one part of the game I haven't really explored a lot is the engineering aspect. So that's something I got my eyes set on, and I may do that in a whole different embark, honestly, and kind of start off with that as a goal. This one was more of just like, how deep can I go and what can I build just for funsies. So I didn't really build anything with minecart tracks in mind, so I've got a lot of places that I would have to probably tear apart to make it work. But, so here we've built up a little dormitory, and I think I was going to put a door there and make that like a dining hall. And we've set our dungeon master up with a study and a dining hall down here. And I was going to build something here. Not sure what. I think this may actually be a dining hall. Need to be a dining hall. That I forgot all about it up here. So next to the dining hall, I've established a prison. And it's been another interesting aspect that I haven't explored yet. I've got a dwarf locked in a cage that went ballistic. I had another dwarf go ballistic and she died in the copper cage. So I set up this food stockpile specifically because I wanted to make sure my prisoners got fed. But I don't know if that's actually happening at this point. So we'll see how that goes. But I've now got a justice system established. Noble-wise, I don't think I had a hammer, which you'll see is what I named my dear friend Ashley. So I've also made her the captain of my guard. But I can't remember. I may have put the hammer in last time. I just forgot about it. So, with that being said, Ashley, congratulations. You are now the captain of the guard of my Dwarf Fortress. I thought of no better position for you. And yeah, just a lot of searcher shafts and whatnot here, seeing what minerals I can find, all that good stuff. So this is kind of becoming like a little bit of an experimental playground for me. And I was gonna build something up here, I don't remember what. It's been a minute. So moving on up, here's the guild hall we had talked about for miners. And we're going to go up a couple levels here to right here where I made a serious mistake. I had this tile open, which meant something could come through here diagonally, and I put a wall there, but no one actually built it. So, a legendary creature came in, snuck in here, and went straight up, past all that, all these cavern levels, and got up in this area. So I had a bad time with that. I don't remember where I killed the damn thing. I lied, it went down. I lied to everybody, I'm sorry. He went down in this area because he attacked by the Miners Guild. And he got all up in here. And actually, there's one of the miners that he killed that I need to make a lovely thing for. So he took out one of my legendary miners, got trapped up in here, but that led me to my next action, which was to build a reserve militia squad to put further down. In fact, that might have been what I intended to put over here. So that way I have some type of military dwarves downstairs. In case something goes wrong, I want to be able to respond to it and get some folks after my opponent that aren't, you know, miners trying to kill him with a pick. So I think I'm going to build a little barracks right here, perhaps. And that might also, I mean, I don't know. Can you have a prison ride in this game? I don't know. I feel like you could if you had enough dwarves in it. So that's kind of future plans there. Let's go back upstairs. We did a lot of work. And I set up all these doors because I intend to bust this open. And I want to have a good set of doors here so that I can easily close it back off if I need to. And the purpose of that is I want to get in here and start getting some of these underground resources, mining in some of this mica. There's a lot of quartz clusters and other things, and I actually have got my eye on some black cap trunk as well. I can start building some cool wooden objects out of like the bloodthorn and whatnot. So that is a future plan, and I plan to expand. I might actually build another tunnel up here and kind of have another staged area. Which is all the more reason I need that reserve unit kind of functional down here as well. If I get cavern invaders, I want someone that I can put kind of in this area to stop them from going further up. And we'll probably put some hatch covers in as well, in case we have to seal off the bottom portion. Maybe we'll stick them like right here. That'd be a good place for them. And this area here, we just kind of fanned out and started doing a little bit of exploration. I haven't really looked at the other cavern levels. I'm just kind of focusing on the deepest one at this point. I think that'll be the more fun one. I've had cavern invaders already. I've had that legendary creature get up there. And I've had most of my legendary creatures are spawning underground now, since I've opened up the 3 caverns. So that's been kind of helpful and not, if you will. And in this area here, we've just kind of set up another stockpile area, just for funsies. This is actually where our militia folks are, and there's our dear friend Will Holt. So he is tired, he's been training, he's become agile. I think he wasn't agile before. But yeah, he's becoming a very noble axe dwarf. So he's becoming kind of one of the key members of my militia. In fact, I might put him in command of one of these other brigades at some point, like Stone Guard, or maybe even let him run the reserve unit. I'm not really sure yet. So my reserve unit is legitimately not very well trained. So I might move a couple of people from the other units in there to give it a little bit of beef, per se. And I do have all these monster slayers running around too that I assume would help if there were monsters around. Let's see. This is a temple that might be new. I think I built this pretty recently as I started kind of expanding temples. That's a generic one. We did build some housing areas over here, which I think we already covered all that. So let's move on up and see what else we've done here. And you can see we've got some more searcher shafts going around different areas, trying to find all the ore. I've got naked elves legitimately everywhere. Like, this elf poet's just like gonna run around my fortress buck-ass naked with random books and shit. Whatever. Yep. This one's probably doing... No, this one is just naked. So, apparently elves like to be naked? I don't know. Is Sana mine pregnant? I don't know. She is pregnant. This has been a massive undertaking. I started mining this out and ran into some deposits here that I wanted to grab. I'm still in the process of doing that. Effectively, what I'm going to do is build another residential hall. I'm going to actually build walls this time. As you can see, I've got a population of 284. So I do have my game set to have a max population of 500. I've stopped trying to recruit people that don't have like a clear benefit to the fortress. So when migrants come in, I'm, you know, happy to see them, but all these random entertainers, I've realized I've probably got about 80 or so people in my fortress that I can't really control, tell them what to do, and may or may not at the end of the day be useful. So that could actually cause me some grief down there. I don't know if I have a housing shortage. I think I saw some open houses, so look at this. Just leaving books in their doorway, food everywhere. Little nasty bastards. I'm going to try to actually go into each room and add a table and a chair, too, to kind of help out with happiness and whatnot. We'll see if that helps. Hey, look, we got us another naked elf with a book. And these statues, I think that's kind of old news. Up here, I've started mining out a massive expansion as I start to kind of fill some of this stuff up. I've got a lot of space here that I can expand over into. And really, this floor has just become my crafting and elevation floor. I do have some screw presses set up and a kern. I haven't made anything useful. I did figure out, is this my you? I figured out how to make some soap. So I've got all this horse tallow and now I'm making soap. So I'm slowly getting soap around, which I'm hoping will help clean some of my dirty dwarves up. And I've really made a big push towards happiness. As you can see, I've got over 100 dwarves right here that are in the smiley face stage. I've got a couple really happy here. Still a lot of people kind of like, meh. And then I've got a lot of people that are like, fuck you. So I'm still working on all that. But the cool thing is, I have noticed my mad phase has dropped by about 7. But my populations went up, I think, about 80 or so since my last video. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of one of those things, is your population's increasing. It's, you know, it makes it hard to get rid of all these issues. But a lot of them are related to folks not getting needs met, such as, you know, acquiring items. So I've been making little bone amulets and rings and stuff. And what are you? Crossbowmen, and they all look kind of naked as well, but he has a full suit of gear, actually. I don't know, I did just update some of my mods, so that could be a little bit of a bugginess. Like, I basically updated and paused, so who knows. And as you can see, we've expanded the hospital a little bit in case we get a major incident and have a lot of folks to triage. I think we're up to 5. We're about 20 beds. So we've got this dormitory as well. I think I added a little bit of stuff to it. One of the big temples here. And yeah, let's see. Now we're going to get up into our lovely Riverside Tavern area. So we've burrowed some stuff out. We've established... I think this is a new temple I've established. No, that's Cathedral Bones. That's old. But I have a plan for that. I think I could do something cool with that. Somebody kind of made a comment like combining the boneyard, the tomb, and that. So I may repurpose this temple and make like another Cathedral of Death near my tombs. Because I've got a pretty good spot for it. I think this might be the new one, actually. The Temple of Rain. So I've had a lot of people requesting guild halls and shit. Yeah, so I've been trying to kind of accommodate that. These are just sort of generic. I did go fill in this stuff with, you know, I made some offices here for various dwarves. I've upgraded the mayor's stuff to kind of try to keep him happy. And then I've got a couple of nice little areas here that are in progress. And effectively, this is going to be like kind of a little bit of premium housing. And I've also built some more housing up here. And I'm about to send some nice stone cutters in. And get some nice engravings done on these walls and floors and whatnot. You can see I'm kind of preparing to expand this over a little bit that way. And this entire level is probably going to end up getting mined out at some point, ultimately. I've done some engravings, statues, added some statues to the front door of this. This is my Oil of Boulders. Some group. Yeah, Copper Guild Hall, Stoneworker Guild Hall. Cool. So, the other mission I tried ended up succeeding to some degree. You can see I burrowed out some areas here. So I was able to mine through the ice, through channeling, and both I mined it and I dug down into it. And I did, in fact, recover that swanky crossbow that was hanging out over here. Unfortunately, I actually recovered a lot of the people that had died, and now I've got a whole new group of people, and coyotes apparently, that have died down here. So that may be a thing every once in a while I'm just going to have to deal with. I haven't figured out a way to stop people from using the ice. Like, I'd have to almost build, like, something on top of it to stop them. And actually, this flooded out as well, and I might build a little bridge across here and turn this into something over here. Problem is, if I do that, I'm going to draw more dwarves across the river and probably get them killed. So I may not do anything with that at all, actually. We'll just have to see. Let's see what else have we done in the last session. I think this might be new as well, these couple little temples here. Yeah, a whole lot of mining activity up here. And I've got this, you know, been kind of close to these little areas here, and I don't want to create another outside. So, and up and up and up. Our tombs have expanded because we've had a lot of dwarves die. When that creature got loose, it killed quite a few that came back to haunt me, unfortunately. And, you know, it's just part of the game. Honestly, up here, not a lot of work going on. I expanded the boneyard a little bit. Got a lot more corpses in there. And yeah, ultimately, the top level is nothing special at this point. I have locked all of this to start forcing people through the front entrance. But other than that, yeah, that's going to do it for this Dwarf Fortress update. So I want to take a minute to thank all of you that watched all the way to the end of the video. I definitely appreciate that. If you did so, leave me a comment, throw me a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, whatever. I like to make content for folks. I hope everyone's enjoying stuff I make. As I, this is an old game but new to me game. So it's been really a lot of fun to explore the different facets of Dwarf Fortress. So definitely, I saw some people say, hey, I'm thinking about getting Dwarf Fortress after watching your videos, and my recommendation to you is go ahead and buy it. You know, it's an indie developer. They've done a really good job on this game, and it was a free game for years. This is their first time, I think, to really make any money off of something. Definitely show them some love and support too. Go buy you a copy if you haven't already. And yeah, record your fortresses, post them so we can see them. Anyways, with that being said, folks, thanks for stopping in once again. Appreciate all the support, and we'll be back soon for another Dwarf Fortress video. Thanks again.